Another patriot has been murdered. Salwan Momika shot during live broadcast on TikTok. January 29, 2025. There have already been 19 bomb attacks since the beginning of 2025, and 10 shooting incidents have been recorded in Sweden so far. January 20, 2025.
In the last 2 years, over 50 hand grenades were detonated in Sweden, like this attack on a police station in Malmö in January. It's an astonishing number for a country not at war.
Sweden hit by rape wave. The number of gangs rapes against even very young Swedish teenagers is increasing. This has now prompted Sweden police to warn against the phenomenon. In Stockholm alone, 1,600 sex assaults against teenagers under the age 18 years.
Recent police statistics showed that in the capital of Oslo, 100% of assault rapes between strangers were committed by immigrant non-Western males, and 9 out of 10 of their victims were native Norwegian women. Some blonde Norwegian women have reportedly begun dyeing their hair black, and many travel only in groups.
Denmark is in shock following the deadly attacks that left 2 people dead and 5 wounded. Danish Prime Minister Helle Thorning-Schmidt laid flowers at the synagogue, the scene of the second attack, where a 37-year-old voluntary guard was killed and 2 police officers injured.
If Islam is a religion of peace, then why is it the only one that consistently produces religiously motivated terrorist attacks? Why are there literally thousands of Muslims that are ready to strap a suicide bomb to their body and walk into crowds of innocent people, scream Allahu Akbar, God is greater, and murder indiscriminately?
Germany. Islamist plowed a BMW car 400 meters through a Christmas market in the city of Magdeburg, killing 5 people and injuring at least 200. December 2024.
"17 attacks in 48 hours, and not one single one of these the attacks have actually been done by what we call English natives. So they've all been done by those with let's just say foreign backgrounds or migrant backgrounds, either first generation or second generation.
Came probably around 100 of them. They started on one side, police did block them, and they actually came around the street to another corner, all running towards the rally, throwing eggs, throwing bottles that they're finding in bins lying around in front of the houses. I even saw them throw some bricks at Tommy Robinson's crowd.
England. Muslim gangs in the big English cities use rape and other sexual abuse of English girls as young as 11 years old.
7 people killed and 48 injured, 21 of them in critical condition. A third major attack.
dia 11 de março de 2004, a Espanha sofreu o maior atentado da história do país e o segundo maior atentado da Europa.
The Madrid train bombings were a terrifying signal that the Al-Qaeda threat had not in fact been extinguished in Afghanistan, and worse, that a new threat now came from within, from so-called homegrown cells inspired, if not formally directed, by Al-Qaeda. Europe now had an enemy too, that could exist invisibly, just about anywhere.
Allison, basically this is the third attack on this magazine over the last 10 years or so, and we're not exactly sure on the details. What's apparently happened is that this morning 2 gunmen masked and wearing black broke in to the headquarters of the newspaper, which is located near the Bastille district in Paris, and started firing with automatic weapons. The firing went on for about 5 minutes. Now, we don't have confirmation of this, but according to a police union spokesman, there may be as many as 10 people who are dead. Now, again, we don't have any confirmation of this, but the police union spokesman said it was a real butchery, that in fact the shooting went on for a long time.
France in flames. We've all seen these images. For several days at the end of June and the beginning of July, the French nation once again experienced a situation of complete chaos. The footage of protests, looting, fire and riots that broke out in France's major cities were seen all around the world.
The bombs attacked in Brussels injured over 300 people. Islamic State took the blame for the attack.
En feit is dat meer dan de helft van de verdachten in Nederland van alle misdrijven een migratieachtergrond heeft. Feit is dat van alle gedetineerden twee derde een migratieachtergrond heeft. Feit is dat 66% van de gevallen van zakkenrollerij door niet-westerse allochtonen gebeurt. Feit is dat 60% van de straatroven door niet-westerse allochtonen gebeurt. Feit is dat 40% van de drugsmisdrijven door niet-westerse allochtonen gebeurt. Feit is dat 39% van alle geweldsmisdrijven in Nederland door niet-westerse allochtonen gebeurt. En feit is dat opnieuw 39% van alle vuurwapenmisdrijven door niet-westerse allochtonen plaatsvindt. En tenslotte, voorzitter, 46,5%, bijna de helft van onze gevangenissen zitten vol met mensen met niet-westerse allochtonen.
Anti-terror police in Italy believe they have foiled a plot to attack the Vatican. A series of raids focused on mainland Italy and the island of Sardinia targeted Islamic extremists who may have ties to Al-Qaeda. Among the 18 people who were targeted, 2 are said to have been the personal bodyguards of Osama bin Laden. As yet unspecified number of Pakistani and Afghan nationals were arrested, but others are believed to have fled the country. Police say they have reason to believe the suspects were planning to attack Vatican City.
Molto violenti, molto arroganti, e poi per quanto riguarda i nordafricani c'è il problema dell'infiltrazione in mezzo loro di fondamentalisti islamici e la moltiplicazione delle moschee.
The number of Muslims in Italy has rocketed from about 2,000 in 1970 to nearly 2 million at the end of 2015, according to a new study. Academics say that the number is expected to continue to rise as migrants from Africa and the Middle East continue to arrive.
أما قريب إن شاء الله ستفتح روما كما فتحت القسطنطينية ببشارة نبينا محمد ستكون عاصمتهم نقطة متقدمة للفتوحات الإسلامية التي تنساح في أوروبا كلها ثم تلتفت إلى الأمريكتين بل إلى أوروبا الشرقية لهذه المهمة، مهمة إنقاذ البشرية.
We start with a developing story from Turkey. One person has been killed there in an armed attack on a Catholic church in Istanbul. Turkey's interior minister says 2 assailants stormed the Santa Maria church in the city's Sarıyer district. He confirmed 1 person at the Sunday Mass was killed. An investigation has been opened and authorities are working on capturing the perpetrators.
What has also happened in the meantime is that the Turkish authorities have imposed a broadcasting ban on this story, which practically restricts the TV channels, newspapers, social media here from reporting about the story. This is often explained here by the authorities with reasons of protecting public order and national security, but media rights watchdogs have repeatedly criticized this very common practice here of the similar events in Turkey, saying it's essentially censorship because during such events there is a public need for information. Of course, here in Turkey, we have seen in recent years a number of terrorism-related attacks, sometimes carried out by Islamist militants. Just last month, authorities have detained a number of people suspected of being ISIS members who were allegedly planning to carry out attacks on churches and synagogues.
Bakın İslamist terör ifadesi.
Look, the term Islamist terror seriously upsets us Muslims. That term should not be used. It's not right. Because Islam and terror cannot come together. As a Muslim president, I can never accept such terminology.
He is lying. Taqiyya is a lawful lie to an unbeliever. When will Islam be banned in the free world?